Happy Tuesday, everybody. We have coffee. We are ready for our live tonight. So I hope everyone has had a phenomenal day. Some of you know where I was yesterday. So I had a nice long weekend and was at Dollywood. So it was a very enjoyable weekend. So it's good to see some names, see some faces that I know and love so much. So hello to everybody. So, I've been doing Ghost, I've been doing Ghost, and I've been doing Ghost. And I have had people making projects, and Sandy posted hers earlier today, and I much appreciated it because I love seeing what people do with files. And if you want this file, I will gladly send it to you also. You could use the one that I sent in the newsletter, or you can use this one and I can attach it. And so you can see this looks very much like the file that I gave. I just made it bigger. I made it to where it would fit right on an 8.5 by 11. So I have this as a PDF, and then I have the eyes as a separate file. So that way, if you wanted to use HTV, you could use HTV for the eyes. So what are we creating with this? And what is funny is I knew that this was what I was going to do. I've been trying to do better and kind of write out in advance what I'm working on. I sometimes might not do it until 10 minutes ahead of time, but I know what I'm going to do. Well, I have machines in the shop that are getting their maintenance done, and I have one that I just sold. I have one that I'm buying. Guess what I didn't have here at the house? I did not have my sewing machine. So I had to break out my new home out of the closet and use that this evening. But that way you can see we can have all different types of machines and we can get these projects done. So this is a very old to me, and it was passed down to me new home, and I had to Google how to thread it because I'd forgotten how to even thread the thing. Because after you use Brother, they spoil us so much. They spoil us. So, what are we going to talk about? Well, I'm going to talk about it's hard to see this, but you can see like a faint grid, and I'll change views. This is called Tensisters Stabilizer. And so I think they call it Easy Piecing Grid. So that's what this is. And you can buy this typically by the yard, and there's different ones. So this is 2.5-inch square. So if you have some charm cakes, works great. You can just lay those down. So let me change views here and see if I can get you to see this a little bit better. Hey, Rain, it's good to see you this evening on here. So let's see if I can swap views. I hit my camera earlier. Okay. See how there's a grid in it. And so we're just going to lay down our squares in this grid. Amy, do you have Tensisters Grid at Knoxville? And if so, put down your stuff so they know where they can order this from. So I first used this type for Mondo bags, and you could buy it in 1-inch, 2-inch, 2.5-inch, 3-inch, and 5-inch squares, I believe. So it comes in different sizes, and Mid-South Sewing and Fabric in Knoxville has this. I don't know if they have it up on their website or not, but you could call and they could get that shipped out to you. So I love this grid. So I'm going to say that one side feels a little bit nubby, it has a texture, and the other side is smooth. So you want the side that is nubby, that has textures, and then you're going to place your squares. And I just this was a scrap piece that I had, and so I'm going to show you. I need enough squares that this would fit on it. So right now, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. And if it's kind of close, I would do an extra row because you're going to lose some as it draws up. So I would say, if it's close, add an extra row. So I'm going to move Ghosty out of the way and move this piece just so I could get a piece to show you and have it in viewing area. And see, I even took so that I could remember what it's called, and that is Tensisters. I love that. I love their logo. So this way you can see this a little bit easier. And you can see I have all kinds of Halloween fun. I've been cutting kits for spooky stitches, and I had things that are left, and I just cut these to 2.5. And I'm going to make sure that I'm on my nubby side. There we go. If you're not on your nubby side, when you go to press it, it won't stick. So you can see this grid, and you just lay these down inside the grid. And grid. Like so. And then we're going to press it. So I'm just going to move mine over. I have heat press on right beside me. Cover that up with a non-stick. And press that. Hello, Rhonda. Glad you were able to watch this evening. I know usually you're busy this time of day and don't get to watch. And there we go. So now you can see why it matters, because that sticks to that grid. And this is basically just a cheater so that we can sew this. So this piece I'm going to cut off, and I could save that for another project. So on the back, you can see that there's lines, and I'm just going to fold that, and we're going to sew on the back side. So I have it folded, and we're going to stitch. I don't even have a thread cutter on this machine. So you can see I have just done a straight stitch, and then I'll open it up so that you can see it. And so that starts seaming that together. And now we're going to fold, and we're going to do in this direction. And I'll show you another one also in just a moment. And of course, I just came unthreaded because I was stitching so fast there. So I'm going to change views and chat with you. That way I can see to thread my needle instead of having the camera down. We'll raise my needle up here. Yeah, I have nothing fancy. Nothing fancy. And even just trying to see to thread with the glare of my lights and everything. So how's everybody's day been? Y'all can talk amongst yourself. And Barbara, you don't have to do a 1/4 inch. I probably did a little less than a 1/4 inch seam, but whatever kind. It's 2.5 squares. So if you wanted a 1/4 of an inch, you could. Y'all do know I'm blind, correct? And have contacts in at 4 feet so that I can see camera. But seeing to thread my needle is a challenge with my lighting right now. And I even cut my thread. Y'all are getting ready to see me spit on it. I'm trying to set something behind it even just so I can see the, you know, if you put something white behind your needle eye, a lot of times that makes it a little easier. There, I have a little index card usually that I will use to place behind a needle just to make it a little bit easier to see. But yeah, 1/4 of an inch would work. So let's see. It's making something isn't going well, but we're going to show it just to kind of get an idea. Because and I even stitched on this right before going live, but you know how that is. It doesn't work well. So you can see here I have my seam. And I'm going to show you my other one because this one's not stitching well. So when you have columns, you would go down and then go down. See, this is why I always do an extra, just in case something goes wrong. And then do, so you would go down all of them and then decide which way you want them. And then you're going to go in this direction. So that way you have them down and then across. And this is what it starts looking like. So then it makes it look, see, look at you look like you've got your perfect little points just because you've used this Tensister stabilizer grid. So I can't say enough about it. I first used this, like I said, to make the Mondo bag, and I fell in love with it and then found different things to use with it. So I had some, and y'all know how I do. I had some and I thought, you know, I don't want to make a Mondo bag. What am I going to do with some of the stabilizer? Well, you know, I love Halloween. I love Ghost. I love everything about it. So I was getting ready for spooky stitches that we were doing. And I thought I just need to make one big enough that my Ghost will fit on. And so it's a cheat. Exactly, Rhonda. It's a cheat. So all you have to do is cut your squares and then you lay them down. And you don't even have to lay them down perfectly. So you're going to lay them down. And like I said, on that rough side. And then you're going to fold it. And you're just going to sew. And then you would sew at each mark. So I love doing this. I've done one on the back of a jacket to make it look quilted. So several things that we can do with it. So this is the beginning of something. And you don't have to, you know, obviously I'm using very, very, very Halloween fabric. But let me show you another one that I have done that I've cut out. So look how cute this one is. So this fabric, I love the feel of it. And y'all are not going to believe this. It was a jelly roll set off of Amazon. I saw it like on a Wednesday night. And I was starting a class on Friday. And I ordered it just so that I could get all that pink. Is that not the cutest stuff in the world? And then I cut black strip flock eyes. And I also cut white strip flock eyes. And some people even cut little circles to put inside of the black. So you could kind of do what you want. And I love how that turned out. So such a cute way to use those. So you can see the back of it. And you can see here, you know, even where I was pressing. So you can kind of decide, are you going to press in or press out? But you can see the backing, how it's cross. And then it makes it look like you have such really cute points So again, this is with, Halloween fabric. Well, what if you want to have, use another fabric? Can you? Of course you can use another fabric. And that's why I love doing the lives on Tuesday nights. It's because I love showing how you can do something, but then how you can make it yours. So like for me, I'm moving camera out of my way as I do stuff since my sewing machine decided to act up right when I needed it the most, I might add. So here you can see that I started another one, and this one, there's no Halloween fabric whatsoever. It's just a cute patchwork. And then I started, now I'm going to need my, I did that. Now I've decided I want my camera back. I'm going to show you how I started stitching it to my sweatshirt. So let's see. So I started with doing some zigzags going down it and zigzags. So I just used the straight seam here because this is already pieced together, but I want to attach it to my sweatshirt. I could just go around it, but then to me it gets kind of baggy in the middle of it. I could put a steam seam on it, but then again, I liked showing how. So I started doing a zigzag stitch all the way down, and then I'm turning and I'm doing zigzag stitches. And then when I get finished, I will throw some eyeballs on, and we will have a patchwork quilt block for my cute little ghost. And there's a cute story about the ghost patchwork that I saw when I was at the beehive. So there's a cute book that goes with it. So if you want this template, this PDF, if you're watching it now, if you're watching it in the replay, just let me know that you want this, and we'll see how many people ask for it. And if enough of you ask, I'll put it in the group in the files, because I need that engagement. That's what matters. That's the great thing with social media, is that you have to have engagement, and that's what helps me very much. So just tell me that you want that. If you're watching it on replay, you can say, if you want me to email it to you, just put your email in and I can send it to you. You can message me your email if you want, if you don't want to post it. If you want to send me a message, if you want to email me, any of those things, I will get the pattern and I will get it uploaded if enough people are asking. So that's kind of tonight's project, so that you could see how easy it is. So sometimes you end up with, you've just got pieces left. Well, if you have several of the, you can iron these and use them and sew together so they don't have to be attached. Somewhere right near me, I had another piece. Who knows where it went? But you don't have to have them all in a row. So I could put fabric here and here and then just press it and then sew them together. So I keep these extras because sometimes you just need just a little bit. So I don't throw them away, because it's a great way to use some of those scraps. And you can see that I have a ton of these scraps left from a project that I was working on. But I love just how quick that you can do, and just by changing the colors up, how different it can look. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So I have several different little patterns here. And is this not the cutest little happy little skeletons? Happy skeletons, happy skeletons. Or even having stripes. I'm going to move that and show you how you can have stripes going one way and then going the other. So I love that. And let's see. StreamYard made another change today. And so where my camera button is changed. So I love how you could put stripes in this direction and then stripes in this direction. So that would be a quick way. Another fun thing to make with these is you could do a row and then make straps for other projects. So I love that you can do more than one thing. And y'all know I'm always trying to tell you more than one way to use something because I like you to get value out of something. Talks amongst yourself while I get a drink here. Mm. Somebody says, is it Taco Tuesday? It's Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday. This, and what I like is you could make straps with it. You can use it with binding. There's a lot of other things besides just making quilt patches. So to me, it's just an easy way to hold my scraps together while I use it on another project. So Reen has a beautiful set of bags and they are center zippers. So right now I am using some of my scraps and going to make my little quilt squares, my cheaters, and then I'm going to use it to do one of her bags. So that way it's going to look like I quilted something when I did not. And so it has that different size piece. So I love showing different ways to use those. So that would be a great way to use some scraps and hold it together while you do those in the hoop projects. So everybody, it has been a quick night tonight because I'm hungry and I'm ready for tacos. And I hope that you enjoyed tonight. I hope you're watching on Facebook. If you're over on YouTube, make sure that you are liking and subscribing there because it helps me. And you know it, I always say that. I have some kits that are going out. I did get a couple emails that I may not have replied to yesterday because I was traveling. I do have coming up, I have Canvas Workspace, but then the following month I'm doing rhinestones and I'm selling a rhinestone kit. And so those are going to be going out in the mail very soon. So I had the limited number. I still have some of those left. And I'm also doing Spooky Stitches. It's a, all day embroidery event. And I'm mailing out kits for those tomorrow. So we're going to have a big time. But I hope that everybody is having a great one. And I can't wait to see you again next Tuesday. So let me see what you use. And Amy, let's see how you use them there in Knoxville. So everybody have a great night. And I will see you all very soon. Bye, gang.